German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is looking to Senegal to help European countries wean their dependence off Russian fuel. The country is believed to have significant deposits of natural gas. During a joint news conference with Senegalese President Macky Sall, Mr. Scholz expressed interest in a gas exploitation project that could bring the first barrels by next year. The German Chancellor is heading to Niger and South Africa next, which has pledged to phase out its use of fossil fuels.
Olaf Scholz's visit has been dominated by issues surrounding the war in Ukraine. High on the agenda for his meeting with Senegal's President Macky Sall was the critical issue of food security. The war has sent grain prices soaring, and Sall will soon travel to Russia and Ukraine on behalf of the African Union, hoping to secure blocked supplies.
As chairman of the African Union, I expressed to Chancellor Scholz our serious concerns about the impact of the war on our countries, African countries, including the widespread price spikes and shortages that we are currently seeing.
Scholz has vowed to help get exports moving again.
This is currently being discussed very intensively. Despite this terrible conflict, we need cooperation so that a country which is currently defending itself against a war of aggression can successfully deliver. It's important that we make the attempt. Otherwise, there is a great danger that many countries in the world will have extreme difficulty in feeding their populations.
Also under discussion, energy. Germany offered to help develop natural gas production off Senegal's coast. The West African country has large reserves, and Berlin sees them as a possible alternative to Russian gas. After Senegal, Scholz will travel to Niger before finishing the 3-day visit in South Africa.
Germany is in desperate search of natural gas. Now it's ready to break certain taboos to find it, including drilling off its own coast, including inside the Wadden Sea, which is known for its rich biodiversity. Now that's creating mixed emotions among people living there. DW's Stephen Beardsley reports from the island of Borkum in the North Sea.
For more than 3 decades, Albertus Ackermann has guided school classes and tourists into the tidal flats here. It's a landscape that stretches across Europe's North Sea coast and is protected by national parks in Denmark and Germany. It's incredibly rich in flora and fauna. Now Ackermann is worried about drilling plans.
These are risks that personally make me very, very fearful. These are real fears that there will be long-lasting damage done to our island foundation. And at a time when sea levels are rising, and now we're digging something out, that's just not sustainable.
Borkum thrives from tourism, which comes because of its nature, and not just the tidal flats, but clean, expansive beaches. An island population of 5,000 can swell to as many as 35,000 people during high season. The regional government in Hanover had outright rejected drilling. Now it supports the project, saying that the war has made it necessary. The gas drilling firm One Dias projects there are 60 billion cubic meters of natural gas in the reserve, which straddles the Dutch border. The platform will stand 20 kilometers off Borkum, and it will avoid nearby national park territory. Here in Borkum, residents often mention the nearby city of Groningen in the Netherlands. That's where extensive gas drilling has led to hundreds of small earthquakes over the years, destabilizing homes and angering the population. Those earthquakes were unforeseen. The CEO of the drilling firm says his company has already conducted environmental assessments, and that the comparison with Groningen, where gas reserves are located directly under the region, is unfair.
The subsidence has been, of course, investigated, and there will be no subsidence underneath the islands or the structures underneath the island, because the reservoir doesn't get close to the island, the reservoir from where we produce the gas.
Residents in Borkum also use gas and say they understand that it needs to be affordable, just not why drilling has to happen off their coast.
On the mainland, they may say, well, sure, let them drill for gas off the coast of Borkum. What's it to me? But not when you live here. Sure, 20 kilometers may not seem like a big deal, but you can understand the islanders who look at this critically and have real misgivings.
But this time, they fear, world events are moving faster than they can react to them.